Hey, it's Jay, and today we're going to be talking about how it was really, really not fair to have December's name in this freaking spelling bee. So, we're going to be considering all the separate timelines in which this could have happened and how they were all extremely inappropriate. Timeline A. First thought. The first thing players usually think when they see this scene is December has gone missing, likely around the age of 10 to 12, and Noelle is grieving over her sister's loss because she just lost one of the main people in her life, which would make it really inappropriate to have her name in this spelling bee. Anyway, in the case that December did go missing, everyone in hometown knows each other. Everyone would have found out about it. There's one church in this town. There's one good diner. The only other one is like a rip-off pizzeria where like only edgy teenagers go to. There's one school with 4 classrooms, one of which isn't even being used anymore because Gerson died. And then there's one jail, one police office, where there are 2 officers, used to be 3, rest in pieces, Asgore's job, and one jail cell, where it's either not occupied or has the same gang of dogs in it because nothing happens in this town. If a girl who happens to be, the mayor's daughter went missing, everyone would learn about it in a matter of like days, in one day, in hours even. It's the most drama you're going to get ever in the town of hometown. And since December did go missing, that would just be horribly inappropriate to put into this spelling bee. Timeline B. Illness. In this timeline, December had the same condition her father had and ended up in the hospital. So instead of having gone missing, Noelle is now honestly reasonably unstable in her life because her sister is now in the hospital and she doesn't know if she's gonna be okay or not. Honestly, the only reason I have this timeline here is because it would make all of that really cool December holiday teenage fan art possible. So that's the only reason I'm including this here. Anyway, in either case, it would make having December's name into the spelling bee really bad because you're now bringing up the now most traumatized girl in like all of hometown's trauma that didn't even happen all that long ago. You're bringing it up in front of a decent chunk of people. And now you're just gonna expect her to spell the name of her, almost dead, nearing death, like in critical condition sister, or, we don't even know her condition because she's missing. You're expecting her to spell at all? Anyway, timeline C. No problems. December's fine and dandy, never went missing or went to the hospital. She's doing great. She's just going to school. She's doing everything fine. In this case, it would still be unfair, but instead to Birdley this time. Because how are you going to expect him to be able to spell December better than the girl whose sister's name is literally December? In this case, Birdley would just have gotten screwed over. And I know we all don't really like him, but it's still, this is back when he was, I don't know, like, how old are first graders? 10? I think. Who cares? He was young, who cares? Noelle was probably taught how to spell December at a pretty young age, either from Carol, her mother, or December herself. So that would honestly just make putting December into the spelling bee a horrible idea. Anyway, time for the nuance segment. Yay. Question: what if they knew there's like no one in this town, there's nothing to do in this town, gossip is like the best thing to do in this town, there's nothing to do in this town. If somebody went missing, you'd hear about it really quickly. If something bad happened, it's gonna be everywhere. Question 2: what if they couldn't change the word? You see, like, honestly, this is a really good question for this, because, you know, usually spelling bees have a set amount of words in which they will have for this, but just skip the word. Just skip the word. It doesn't matter that much. But what if they run out of words? Who cares? Just get a new list of words. It's not that hard. I've seen spelling bees before. It's not that hard. It's a first grader's spelling bee. It doesn't matter that much. If you're not willing to break the rules for a first grade spelling bee for the fairness of 2 literal children, then honestly, you're kind of just a bad person, you know? So in conclusion, this right here was a dick move. The person who did this should probably get fired. And honestly, knowing Carol, they were probably actually fired. And good on her, because honestly, what were you thinking? Seriously, what were you thinking? Noelle, she should really just get all of the praise. We don't talk about the weird root chapter 5. We don't talk about that. She deserves all the happiness in the world. Birdley's here too, I guess.